Listen close. This prophecy is for your ears and your ears only. The age of death has come, a corruption that will sweep across our lands. Soon, your brothers will abandon their allegiance to the truth, plunged into eternal conflict, ignorant of each other's views. The paradise of birth will slowly wither away, its children trapped in an endless state of decay. Hope's dreams will turn vile, manifesting a cult of self-hate and sacrifice. And an apostle of death will lead their armies to passion's door, plunging her soldiers into a state of endless war. But before death, there will stand a hero, their face obscured by the mask you created. Please, save us.
You don't believe in the end, do you? What a stupid thought. How can there be death if there will be life? You heard the mask maker. Life will prevail. Tell me, how will we all be taken by death if life will prevail? I'm certain this will all work out. Just wait and see. I'm certain. You think we will live for eternity? Oh, no. You misunderstand. Death will take us all. Didn't you hear the mask maker's words? It all makes sense, too. There cannot be life if there will be death. Just accept it. There's nothing we can do but wait.
How fascinating. You've gained consciousness and found yourself a body. Managed to rip me from death's grasp. Maybe you can still save us. Death has awoken. It appeared out of nowhere, an eldritch horror on the horizon. No matter how hard my sisters and I fought, we were all consumed by it. Our souls twisted to embrace the end. I believe there is still a chance to banish death, but to succeed, you must save my sisters from the corruption's grasp, as you saved me. Take this. It is my essence. It will help you dispel the remaining ignorance and open doors otherwise closed. My sisters and I have ruled over this realm for eternity. There is birth, goddess of nature and creation. Her lands, filled with lush forests, were a paradise for beings of any kind. Then there is hope, goddess of wishes and beliefs. Hope would dream marvels into existence, fostering a prosperous society alive with festivities. Passion, goddess of war, would train her soldiers tirelessly. For she knew that one day we would have to face death. And finally, I, wisdom, am the goddess of knowledge and research. I foresaw death long ago, but it seemed I was too consumed by it to resist its corruption. Promise you won't stray from the righteous path. We cannot give this realm up, let go of everything we grew to love. Death is our enemy. You must destroy it. Promise you must.
Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Is it gone? Oh, thank you, truly. I thought I was done for. The name's Noah. You came at a good time, you know. I don't know how much longer I would have lasted down there. So, you also found one of those masks. You don't by any chance know how to get them off, do you? I've been trying with all my strength, but that thing seems to have clawed itself into my head. Come to think of it, I don't even remember putting on this mask. The last thing I recall is some kind of fight in the auditorium, and then there was this thing on the horizon. Well, and then I woke up here, being harassed by that machine. Now, excuse my manners. I should give you a reward, you know, for saving me. I don't have much on me right now, but I found this key in my pocket. Maybe you can find some use for it. You could go on without me. I think I still need to collect myself a bit. And maybe I can find someone else to talk to. Someone's got to know what's happened here.
Hello? Is someone there? Show yourself! Your mask! It's been a long time since I've seen one of its kind. Tell me, stranger, is the mask maker still around? Is anyone still around? What about the prophecy? Did anyone make sense of it? Tell me! Excuse my temper, please. It's been a long time since I've had someone to talk to. I was too scared to witness death. So I locked myself in here when we finished constructing its prison. Since then, I've just been sitting here, too scared to go outside. You know what? I have a business proposal. Before I locked myself in here, I was a scribe. I would transcribe the essence of stories into scrolls so my fellow scholars could learn from them. If you find any texts detailing stories about what happened outside, bring them to me. I will learn what has happened from the safety of my cell, and in return, I will transcribe the essence of those stories into scrolls for you. This must be one of Wisdom's texts, but her writing never looked so jittery and unclean. Let me see. I have made a grave mistake. Never should I have passed on the prophecy. My trust has been betrayed. My people have grown ignorant. Fights have broken out over the meaning of my words, yet none will lend me their ear. I am afraid. I can feel my vision going blurry. Please, Mask Maker, save us. So the prophecy did come true. That mask you're wearing, Wisdom mentioned its creator in this text. The Mask Maker was the only person she entrusted with the prophecy of death, but he couldn't keep it to himself. I don't know what he tried to achieve by telling everyone, but he just spread fear, started endless discussions about life and death, and led this land to its downfall. Wisdom still sent him to warn the other gods. The hero of prophecy, she called him. Perhaps, if you follow his footsteps, you can find more stories like this one. Wait 1 second. I will transcribe the story of Wisdom's loss of sight into a scroll for you. Here you go. With this, you will be empowered by being ignorant of your foes. Bring me any stories you find outside.
There it is. Do you remember when that thing appeared? The prophecy we learned then, I didn't understand at all. But weren't we supposed to die? All of us. Well, whatever was supposed to happen, we're still conscious. At least you and I. I tried to talk to some of the other scholars, but they all seemed like empty husks, like their souls were already gone. This rain, it's different, right? I think I remember reading about something like this in wisdom scriptures. The colorless rain shall mark the end of our existence, as if the heavens were sad to see us go. I don't know what all of this means, but I do know wisdom tried to fight this. That light in your eyes. You've met wisdom, right? Ah, what a relief. So the other gods are in danger, and you're supposed to help them destroy death. Well, I'll gladly accompany you. 4 eyes see more than 2, after all. I'm sure we'll find them in no time. That path over there leads to the land of birth. I've never been, but I've read a lot of stories about the other lands. I could be your guide if you like. Only thing is, there's one of those machines blocking the way, and a more dangerous one at that. Maybe you can destroy it. You seem to handle yourself pretty well with that blade. We need to find the other gods. Maybe you can... So, you've actually managed to destroy that machine. It seems you know how to handle yourself with that blade quite well. With my knowledge and with your strength, I think together we'll stand a good chance of finding the other gods. We're in the domain of Birth now. I know an interesting story about her, actually. So, ages ago, apparently, Birth found a substance deep below a mountain in her land. She called it the blood of the world. It glistened in all the colors of the rainbow, and it had the ability to heal any ailment. Finding something as extraordinary as this, she quickly constructed a system of aqueducts to spread this healing liquid all across her land. The health of her children was so important to her that she even split the mountain in two to release as much blood as possible. Well, later, it turned out that this blood of the world existed not just in Birth's land, but everywhere. It was just the most concentrated here. With this knowledge, springs like this one right here were erected all across the world, and sickness was no more. I do wonder where all that blood of the world went. I mean, according to my books, this place would have been overflowing with it. Maybe we could find the mountain where the blood was first sourced. Birth built a temple there, right between the two halves of the mountain she split. I think that place is our best bet to find her, and maybe some answers too. You see that rod with the sparkling energy around it? That's a pilgrim's guidance. They were set up to guide travelers to the gods' temples in case they got lost. I think if we follow those sparks, we'll find the Temple of Birth in no time. I'm sure we'll...